Yes, that's right. I can't stand over them the entire time and stare at the computer screen to make sure they're doing their work. I have 4 kids, one with a disability. I had to make a rule where there is no computer usage before 1 o'clock. And it's on the schedule. So blame the schedule, not me. It's great. Hello everyone, it is time to share with you our updates. Since we have been using a very strict, detailed schedule in our homeschool world. I have 4 kids. My name is Leilani. This is Living with Eve. My youngest has Down syndrome. I'm a former public and private school teacher, and I homeschool. I've been homeschooling for 10 years. And one of the things that I hated so much about public school was the schedule. I have a video where I talk about that. It's in the iCards, okay? You've got to watch it because I hated it. And when my husband and I had a conversation about building a schedule for my kids this year, a strict, very regimented schedule, honestly, I'm going to tell you, I was appalled. I didn't want to do it, but I did it anyway because my husband needed a schedule. And I have to confess, my kids also needed a schedule. They needed to know what was coming next. They needed something where they could be more independent. They also needed to blame the schedule instead of us parents when time was going by too fast or too slow. We needed that. And I'm here to tell you it's been now approximately 3 months, maybe 2.5 months since we started using it. I want to share with you how we have progressed through the schedule and what we're doing with it. So I first started out with the simple sheets, which each kid had their own sheet. And they were working off of those sheets. We were playing around with it, changing it up. Like I said, watch that video where I show you how I start it. And then after a certain point, I realized I needed all the information on one sheet. And that is what I have done. It looks really scary. I'm going to be completely honest with you, but it's color-coded. And I've made some mistakes, so I've had to fix it here and there, but I've laminated it, and it sits on our refrigerator. So then when my husband comes downstairs, or when I have to rush out to take my daughter to therapy, or he has to take my youngest daughter to therapy, we can exchange the, hello, it's your turn, and, we switch places. I run out the door. He's now in charge. He can glance at this and go, okay, it's 11 o'clock. That means Hannah should be reading, Isaac should be reading, and Ethan is doing math. And he can jump right in without having me come in to fill in all the details. It's not perfect. I'm going to tell you that right off the bat. But it's good. The kids now get to blame the schedule and not mom and dad for things not going the way that they want it to go. When we wrote this schedule, we all agreed on it. We all kind of worked with it for the first couple weeks to get it tweaked to be what we need it to be. And then now we're just kind of in that schedule. I did color code them, so purple, that's when all of us are working together. Well, Monday's kind of weird, but I'll go tell you. Now, Isaac is my morning bird, right? He wakes up at 6:30, so at 7:30 he's ready for devotional and prayer, and he jumps right into math. Okay, adjusting for all my kids, their needs. Now, red, by the way, so purple is everyone. Red is when the kids need to use the iPad for it, and so you'll see several times there's red. And so they use the iPad for piano, and they use it for teaching textbooks. 2 of my kids do. And then the dark blue is when they need to use the computer for their work. Right there. So you can kind of see where I have the computer. IEW is one example, and Isaac has a graphic design class that he's taking. We have also made it a rule that there is no usage of computers before 1 o'clock. That means anytime they have to type a paper up, anytime they have to do anything, typing class, whatever it may be, it's not going to happen before 1 o'clock. With one exception, that's my daughter Hannah on Monday because I couldn't fit it anywhere else. But from 10 to 11, she does IEWs on Monday. And see, it's funny because after a while, I've gotten this crazy thing memorized. And that had to happen for my kids because they were sneaking Minecraft. Yes, that's right. I can't stand over them the entire time and stare at the computer screen to make sure they're doing their work. I have 4 kids, one with a disability. I had to make a rule where there is no computer usage before 1 o'clock. And it's on the schedule. So blame the schedule, not me. It's great. At the end of the day, though, I can check things off and I can be like, we got all this done. And usually that is the case. But like I said, it wasn't perfect. And there has been times where a couple of my kids get behind. What they are realizing is if they stick to the schedule and follow with what the schedule says and get done with the things that they need to get done instead of play around or run around, when their school day is quote unquote done, they get free time. They can do whatever they want to do. You know, if they want to get on the computer for 2 hours and play Minecraft or get on Discord and talk to their friends, they got that time.
Oh snap, dude, get up to the next level, you better start running. There is acid in the water right now. Kinda sus. Dude, we better hurry up this round. Bro, my mom's recording me!
Oh my gosh, I said that was hilarious. Of course, like I said, we do have restrictions in place to keep them safe on our computers and iPads. And I did say to my son, this was one of the things that we actually had discussion about in the very beginning. The reason that mom and dad are creating a schedule and being so strict on things and not allowing them to use the computers before 1 o'clock is because when they're distracted and sneaking the computer, that's when their quality of work is not so great. All I want as a parent, and I'm just going to be honest, as a homeschool mom of a kid that's almost in high school, is I want quality work. He's in middle school. Let's just be frank. He's in middle school. I want quality work, and I want it done on time. Deadlines and quality. And then when that's done, you can do whatever you want with your free time. Unless there is something that we're doing as a family together that night. And those happen. They know when they're going to happen. We have it, I mean, it's routine. And if there's something that's outside of the routine, we're going to tell them, hey, such and such is coming over to our house. You cannot be on electronics with them unless you're playing the game with them for whatever reason. That's just kind of how it is starting to work, especially with the middle schoolers. Now with Naomi, I don't have her on this schedule. And the reason I don't have her on the schedule is because, quite frankly, it's just it would just really kind of mess with me. This is more like their schoolwork. She goes to therapy so many times. And we sit down and we will work on her, we call it box or school time. We will work on her box at certain times during the day when I know, usually for an hour to 2 hours a day, when I know that my kids have a grasp on things. Now I do have some videos where I videotaped us working through her box and her materials. Thank you guys so much for staying till the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you're interested in seeing how I work with my daughter, you might be interested in this video, and if you want to see how I started setting up this whole scheduling routine system, my plans behind it, you might want to check out this video over here. So once again, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. My name is Leilani, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.